gonna find it.
Right. Greetings, ladies.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I think I can see Sister Laureen.
Yeah,
Greetings.
hi there.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Nice to have you on the platform tonight.
Oh, lovely to be here.
Great. And we've got Sister Charity. Hi, Sister Charity.
I
I
hope
hope
you can,
Sister Charity is well.
I hope you can hear us, Sister Charity. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. You will let us know, Sister Charity, if there's any you hearing us. Just let us know in the chat, and then we can be able to see if we can fix something. And Sister Dorcas. Hi, Sister Dorcas. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to have you on the platform with us tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed,
You're
indeed.
very welcome.
Very nice to see you.
Indeed.
Oh, lovely to see you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful.
So we're going to begin. We were going to wait for others, but I think they will catch up with us as we are going on. So we've already begun. Welcome one and all. We are really just very glad that you could join us. It being 2023, and Happy New Year to
Yes.
everybody. I hope you had a great time over the holidays with the family and just doing different things, because I know a lot of people would have been out of would have been, you know, off work.
Oh, we've lost you, my Ndebele.
And wonderful, and that you're looking for great things. You're saying?
You're breaking.
Did you say something, Coach?
Yes, you're breaking. I think
Am I
there's
breaking?
something.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
all
Maybe
right.
there's
So I
network.
think it's been doing that quite some time.
Okay.
Hand over to you, Mrs. Wanda. What you
Okay.
can be able to hear.
Log off and log in again. So we are
Right.
so thankful. This is our platform, which we say this is going to be our corner, the women's corner, where we're going to be having chance to really share what really affects us as women and what we can do to help and support each other. And there are a lot of things which we will be talking about over the weeks. And this will be our second session on hormonal imbalance or hormones. So the first session we did look at it before the festive season, and this will be our second session looking at the hormones. And we are just going to recap briefly on how those hormones affect us. But we don't just sit here and talk. We also want contributions from everybody, because it's a women's corner where we give each other a chance to have a chat, to talk, and share experiences. Our other session was on about detoxing and cleansing, and how we can make sure our bodies are always cleansed and our bodies are in good state. And so we had testimonials, and we had a time to really debrief ourselves on what challenges we face as women. We found a common theme that our tongues are always a challenge. We always like to eat nice things, and it's hard to change habits. But we said, hey ho, we can always start and continue. This is what we are saying. So this is a platform where we can encourage each other to say, let's pick up our broken pieces. We keep going in terms of looking after ourselves. So we never stop encouraging each other. That's right. So my devil, if you're back, you can continue. You're muted.
Yes, I am back. Thank you so much. Am I still breaking off, or you can hear me?
We can hear you well. We can hear you well.
Yes. All right, excellent. So I'm guessing from the little I heard from you that you have been telling us about what we've done before, some of the topics that we've covered from before. Excellent.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And just to let everyone know, I'm not sure if that's done, that my name is Laureen, Mrs. Ndebele, you're Mrs. Wanda, Rudo, and we've got Alice as well, Alice Thomas, Sister Alice, who is due to be with us as well tonight. So she will be on with us because she will be talking to us as well tonight. So we're really glad, like we said, to have you. And the topic tonight is going to be hormonal imbalances. I think I kind of heard that being said. So, which is a great thing. So I just wanted to just give you ladies just a small chance to have a talk if you want to, so that you can also be able to participate with us tonight. Is there anything that you really want to be thankful for? Because we've hit 2023.
Wow.
We are here. God has been good to us, and we cannot let that pass by without honoring him somehow for his goodness, for everything that he has done for us, you know. So do you have anything really that you just want to be thankful for, so that others can just say amen together with you, just in thankfulness to God for what he has done for you in 2022?
Just to say, I can press pause if you don't want any recording to go. Anybody who's not comfortable for the recording, I press pause.
No, I'll go ahead if that's okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say actually what I'm giving God thanks for is for this meeting, because I've been longing to be part of a women's group to support women in the challenges that we face, health-wise and family as well, because I think it's much needed.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's at the moment, I have to admit, I'm a little bit distracted because I've got a lot on. I've got my hands full, but I like the idea of being a part of the women's group. I think it's essential because it helps to take pressure off our husbands or partners. If we can sometimes have other female to discuss issues with, but in a confidential way, I think that's key as well.
That's true. That's true.
To have a group that you can open up to, but you know that when whatever is said will not be repeated elsewhere without your consent.
Yes, that's true.
And so, yeah, I think that is absolutely necessary at this time for us women, Adventist, but just Black women in general. We desperately need that kind of support system on network.
Yes, very true.
So, yeah, that's my brief testimony. God is good. I have to say my day hasn't been great because I'm struggling with sleep issues. And when I don't have a good night's sleep, it really affects me. It just affects me in a major way, and it's something I really need to overcome. So hopefully in the weeks and months ahead, I'll be able to give testimonies about improved sleep.
Yeah. Amen. 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 Thank you so much, Sister Laureen.
Thank you.
Yeah, is it okay if I can give my testimony now?
Tonight, would you give testimony? Yes, sister, go ahead.
You can, Sister Dorcas. Yes.
Okay. Right. I won't take much of your time. I'll put on the video, then come off the video so you can see my face.
Okay. Thank you.
That's okay. Right. I would like to thank God, right, for everything He's done for me, like guiding me in making choices was the first thing, which enabled me to know Jesus, which is the beginning of wisdom. So I was baptized in 1987, but I didn't know Jesus until the mid-pandemic 2020. That's when I knew Jesus. When I knew Jesus, I know what to do. I didn't know what to do. So I started knowing the truth, present truth. Then I didn't delay to do what I'm supposed to do as a person who now knows Jesus. and has wisdom, a bit of it, not all of it. That little knowledge, I used it. So when I learned about country living, I didn't wait. When the doors were opened for traveling, I traveled back to my country, Zimbabwe, to find a land. I got a land, bought a piece of land, then came back here, 2021. Then I started building whilst I was here. Then I suggested that I'm going to pack my bags end of August last year and go back home, right, to practice, put practical exercises in country living. So I packed my bags, purchased the ticket, and then unfortunately, the devil is a Bible scholar and he watches everybody. So what happened is I just had a small lump. I can't say a lump, it was just a small thing like a mosquito bite or something. Then I decided to be checked. It was between my eye and my nose. I went to the GP, God guiding. The GP said to me, this thing is not supposed to be there. I don't want to judge cancer yet, but you need to be checked. He referred me to the hospital, emergency. I went to the hospital, they did a biopsy, then it came out cancer, which is lymphoma, they call it large B-cell lymphoma type of cancer, A grade, meaning it's quick and spreading quick. So they suggested doing chemotherapy on me. So I agreed. We started chemotherapy. It was supposed to be 6 cycles. After chemotherapy, I was going to have radiation. So I did first cycle, second cycle, I nearly died.
Oh.
Then third cycle, my organs were all shutting down. Then 4 a.m. in the morning, I woke up. Then I said to God, this is not your plan. So I prayed and surrendered myself to God. Then I trusted and to him that his will be done. I didn't have anything except God. I said to God, please, can you remove fear to die? That's what I didn't want. Then that prayer was answered immediately. And the second prayer point was, God, please give me back my dignity, because I didn't know the person who I used to see and the person I see now on the mirror. I didn't have my hair, my hands were black, all my nails were black, and all my muscles were tightened. Everything was just everywhere. So I promised him, if you give me back my dignity, I'll work in your field. So whilst I was waiting for him to show me what to do, I said there is a verse in the Bible which says, faith without works is dead. I rang Jonathan to purchase Great Controversy books so I can distribute them in the community. So I had a chat with him and told him that I was about to go to Zimbabwe for country living, but then I had cancer now. I did chemotherapy. I need to deep detox that thing, but I don't know how. Then he said to me, do you mind if I give you my wife's number? He did give me the wife's number. I rang the wife, and Michelle, a lovely lady, welcomed me in her house. Oh, she did ozone therapy for free on me, and then she taught me how to detox. I did that from January, February, March, April, May, June. I was okay. I didn't want to know whether the cancer was still there or is still there. I don't want to know. So I went back home, June 3. Then, honestly, I was like, before cancer, I had a chronic back pain, lower back pain from injury at work. So what Michelle did to me, enabled my back to be better than before. I used to use crutches, to use all other, equipment, but now I can walk freely from that. So I surrendered fully myself to God and changed my lifestyle. I prayed, I'm still praying for victory over sin, victory over appetite. Honestly speaking, appetite is the beginning of everything. That's what I've experienced, because changing all the appetite, now I can hear the Holy Spirit speak, which I did not heard before. Now, when I pray, I can see the connection between me and the Holy Spirit, which I didn't have that experience before. So clearing the mind with good food, plant-based, and all the 8 laws of health, applying them together, and true obedience, trusting in God is all what we need, and changing our lifestyle, making really good choices, and give everything to God. Country living, that's where I am now. I'm in the country. I just came back 2 weeks ago from Zimbabwe. I'll be going back, God willing. So my testimony is very long, but I just didn't want to spend all your time. So I think I've shared what you need to know for now.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, sister.
Wow, thank you for that.
sis.
Thank
That's
you
all
for that.
right.
We'll come in
Thank
detail
you
on the lifestyle
so much, sis.
you are
That is
doing now.
just it's
Yes, yeah, the lifestyle I'm doing now is all about eating healthy, drinking enough water, exercising, fresh air, all the 8 laws of health, applying them together is what we need. That's where the wisdom is. And then you cannot do one and not do the other.
Wow.
You have to do all of them for
Yeah.
you to keep going.
We can't wait to hear in detail, because we're going to ask what you do in the morning, what you do mid-afternoon. Then
All right. That's all right.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much, sis. We are so glad to hear that God even now is working this day and in this real life, working right now with people we can talk to, and it is very comforting. It helps us on our journey, right? So, Sisters Vanda, I cannot see Sister Alice yet. Okay. Shall I just go ahead right into our hormonal imbalances, and then I will hand over to you as soon as I've finished introducing that?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So we're going to go straight into having a little look at hormonal imbalances. And that is one of the things that we generally suffer from as women. Sometimes it's to a large extent, sometimes it's to a lesser extent, but it depends on the person who is suffering these things. And there are many reasons why you might be having hormonal imbalances. It could be that you're not well and your illness is causing hormonal imbalances. It could be that you've been on medication and the medication is doing that. Or it could be that you had an accident of some sort. You had some poisoning or something has happened to the body to cause it now to go into that state of having hormonal. And we've just heard of the 8 laws of health, just learning to walk as God has asked us to walk regarding our health. When we don't do that, we also begin to have imbalances within our own bodies. But tonight, I just want to bring about a small understanding of these hormonal imbalances, and then I will straight away hand over to Sister Spanda, who will take over and tell us what we need to do about some of the things. So we know that hormones are chemical messengers. So when you have too much, or you're too little of one or more hormones, it can cause major changes within the body. And it doesn't even have to be a big difference, just that slight difference from what is normal and what is regular, and you may have major changes that are taking place within the bodies. So these hormones, they coordinate different functions in your own body by carrying messages through your blood to your organs, to your skin, to your muscles, and to other tissues. So because they send out all these messages and they coordinate, these signals tell your body what to do and when to do it. So you can imagine what is likely to happen if the wrong message is to be sent to your body to do something that is not supposed to be done, or to do something at a time when it's not supposed to be done. So hormones control many different bodily processes, including metabolism, homeostasis, that is constant internal balance, growth and development, sexual function, reproduction, sleep-wake cycle, as well as your mood. All this is controlled by your hormones. So while some hormonal imbalances can be temporary, others are really chronic. They are long-term. You'd have to suffer them for long. So some imbalances require treatment, but others may not impact your health, but generally they might negatively impact the quality of your life. So the most common hormone-related conditions that we know are irregular periods, infertility, or sometimes you have acne, especially during puberty, because we know that during puberty, you've got hormones that are starting to be very active there. So that may cause acne to take place. Or you may have what is known as hormonal acne, which is adult acne that you might have during pregnancy or during menopause. Another condition caused by hormones would be diabetes, type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes as well, that you get when pregnant. Another type of condition you might have would be a thyroid disease, whereby you might be hyper or you might be hypo, too much or too little. Obesity is another. And many hormones can affect your body signals that you need food. So if your body is now sending the wrong signal, if you're being sent the wrong signal that you need more food, you need to eat, and yet you know you're full and you've had enough, but there's still that need that keeps coming to say you need food, you need food, you need food. Your body ends up using, it uses energy. So an imbalance of certain hormones can result in weight gain in the form of fat storage. So some people end up gaining weight and then they're wondering, so why do I keep gaining weight though? I've tried this and I've tried that, but I still keep gaining weight. It might be that there is a hormonal imbalance going on there that is causing that state of affairs to take place. So if your hormonal imbalances are affecting your metabolism, you will have the following imbalances. So there are imbalances that affect sex hormones, that affect your metabolism, and that affect all different types. So I'm just taking 2 types here because there are about 5 or 6 different ways in which these hormones can affect your body. I'm just taking 2 types so that I can condense what we need to talk about. So if your hormonal imbalances are affecting your metabolism, you're going to have something like tachycardia, you're going to slow or rapid heartbeat, or you might have unexplained weight gain or weight loss. You might have fatigue, constipation, depression or anxiety. Your skin might be dry, it might get coarse, and you might have dry, coarse hair as well. All this is caused by this kind of hormonal imbalance. You might have darkened skin in your armpit or the back sides of your neck, or you might have skin tags. I'm sure you've seen sometimes you might have these little skin tags that it's just an outgrowth of skin that just comes out on the face. Some of these ones might end up being black, dark black ones, and they might be everywhere on the nose for some people, on the sides of the face for others. They might just appear anywhere. And some people it's on the thighs or on the belly, any part of the body you might have skin tags. That might be caused by the kind of hormonal imbalance that affects your metabolism. So with the kind of imbalance that affects sex hormones, you might end up having hair loss. I see there are many women who are suffering hair loss at this particular time. You might have heavy periods, excess body hair. You might have hot flashes and all the sweating that might come up with that, And you might have infertility. You might have loss of interest in sex, vaginal dryness, or vaginal atrophy, which is when the lining of the vagina gets drier and it gets thinner. And this causes a lot of pain and discomfort when one is having sex. Sometimes as well with the vaginal atrophy comes the issue of UTIs. You might have frequent UTIs or frequent urination. So these are just some of the things that I wanted to highlight regarding imbalances. It's a very huge subject, the subject of hormonal imbalance. But I wanted to just take a snapshot. If we go on Google, there's just so much information. One would be able to read a whole lot of it just to see what other things are being highlighted there. So these are the few that I've just put in place. So I will hand over now to Sister Rudo, and then she'll be able to assist us regarding what then do we do when we find we have some of these symptoms that are coming up. Over to you, Sister Rudo.
Thank you very much. So I will just share some of the ideas. And the good thing is we are going to be helping each other. So it's not just me. So we will be able to, have a chat of things that we can really benefit in terms of the things we want to share tonight. Now, we are aware that the main thing we want to talk about is the body, because the body needs our attention. And usually, sometimes it is the lifestyle which triggers all those things. So there's always importance in to check our lifestyle. Now, some of the information which we have heard already talks about how the body changes, and we begin to see some of the some things like hormonal imbalances can give a very, very different signal to everybody. But if you see generally across the world, there's this map which is just called the blue zones. These are just the regions where have been highlighted, where they've seen that there's a higher number of people who live much longer than average. And these people have a certain lifestyle which they live or which they follow. And these are called the 5 blue zones in the world. These blue zones tell us a lot about the lifestyle which people tend to have. So these 5 blue zones, there's one in Japan, there's one in Greece, there's one in Italy, there's one in Costa Rica, and there's another one in the United States. So I'll just probably focus on the one in the United States. But the common theme which is found amongst these people, one, they rarely eat meat. Their meat consumption is very low. And if they're going to eat meat, it was saying that it's maybe once or twice a week. That's the average outcome which they were saying when they were making this study. And they also saw these people do activity. And another thing is that these people live an active lifestyle. They actually tend to have more of plant-based foods. And common theme which has been found is that a lot of them eat pulses. So that's different types of beans. Different types of beans are found in these people who have been seen to have longevity. Now, this little population here in Loma Linda, I always like to focus on this. This is a community of Seventh-day Adventists. And these people have been looked at their lifestyle. And if we zoom into what they focus on, they encourage this lifestyle which we are talking about today, where we encourage good nutrition, we encourage exercise, we encourage water, we encourage sunshine, we encourage being temperate or controlling ourselves and stopping things which don't help the body, like smoking, drugs, in terms of, things which are hateful to the body, alcohol. Those things are not to be used. So that's what temperance means. And fresh air, and resting, and trusting in God. These are the principles which are generally used by the people in the community of those Seventh-day Adventists who are in the Loma Linda, one of the blue zones. So I always like to buzz about this blue zone and what really message it brings in terms of what can benefit us. So you will see that the lifestyle is more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, activity. There's a lot of whole time of activity which we are talking about. This is a theme we are seeing in this kind of lifestyle, and it is advocating for a vegetarian to vegan kind of lifestyle. Now, one might ask, we're talking of hormones. Of course, it's a big subject, but you can see that even the research generally in the world, they're actually saying that things like cruciferous vegetables, these are all types of vegetables, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, radishes, they all help in the balancing of the body. Now, when you just talk of hormones, you're probably going to be tackling a lot of issues in the body by you just following these things, a lot of vegetables. Of course, these are targeted to what we're talking about today, hormones. But obviously, there are a lot of things in the plant world, in the plant-based and healthy lifestyle, which we're talking about, which really balance the body. So you probably be hitting so many birds with one stone by a fact of just really looking at closely, increasing more vegetables. Already you are looking at, because it says here all vegetables contain a chemical, this chemical I3C. It helps to break down the estrogen and promote the liver function and detox extra estrogen. So it's already going to level up things which are havoc in the body by increasing these vegetables. Now, if you look at the plate, which is here, some people encourage that at least your vegetables or fruits be half the plate, and others actually encourage an 80 to 20% ratio, where 20% is more fruit and vegetables, and then the 20% is maybe the cooked meals, like you're talking of carbohydrates and beans, but more of it is the the fruits and vegetables, which is the large part. Now, in terms of ratio, I won't go into the ratio, so it's dependent on people. I would just probably encourage people to make sure at least they eat at least half the plate is fruit and vegetables, at least half. And I know that's a journey which we're saying we can keep falling, we wake up, we keep falling, we wake up until we get to the right place. And you can see there's flaxseed. It's also good for balancing of hormones. We've got turmeric. Turmeric also is known to help the hormones. There's the spearmint tea, which is also help in balancing the hormones. We've got avocado. So the beta cytostressol can also control the cortisol, because sometimes the stress hormones which are in the body can play havoc and affect our hormones generally. And water, we are aware that water is one of the wonderful remedies which we can use. We were going to have a little snippet of a small chat from presentation from our sister Alice. She's not here with us, but generally water is no brainer. That's all I can say. Water is great. And we will hear very soon the practicalities of testimonial, which we're going to hear. We're going to hear how water plays a vital role. And these are the simple things. So water is one of the 8 laws, which I've already talked about. The 8 laws of water, the benefits of water. So this is drinking the water we can talk about, or it can be outside the body. Now, outside the body, we're talking of, you can consider having contrast bath, where you're going to use a bit of water, obviously, which is bearable on the skin, and then go in the cold water, hot and cold. That in itself, in a few minutes, by putting cold water on the body's going to be shocked, and it's going to think we're under attack, and then it releases, the body's defense, and then it sort of activates the soldiers of the body. That in itself is quite good, because it's going to keep the body jacked up. It's going to keep the body, ready to fight. So anything which is in the way, it can be attacked. So we're talking of drinking water at least 6 to 8 glasses a day, So there's water, which we're talking about. There are things like sauna, there are things like swimming, there are things like heating compressions. Actually, one of these days we were just talking, we're probably going to do practicalities in our homes. We're going to say, right, it's time now to do some practicalities. Go in your kitchen, get some cold water or get some warm water. This is what we're going to do. And then we do some bit of therapy, practical therapy with water. And you see the wonders. The body will enjoy that. The body will really enjoy the simple things. So this is what we're encouraging. So I will just probably go on to where do I start, because Sister Dorcas, I was going to ask her to say now her testimony, but she's already said part of it. So Sister Dorcas, I'll ask you to say maybe the practicalities once I finish this part. Now, sometimes we're going to ask, where do I start? Obviously, a lifestyle change. You're thinking of exercising, you're thinking of water, you're thinking of nutrition, you're thinking of sleep, you're thinking of, where do I start? Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So myself and Sister Laureen and Sister Alice, we are partnered with a company which is promoting some of the ways or some of the health and lifestyle which people can consider using. And this is a stepping stone to help you get onto the path. The long-term path is you want everything to be smooth running around the plant-based, your morning routine, everything smoothly. But sometimes to get there, it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge. We don't want to say it's going to be easy. Just go and start doing your 8 laws. Start right now, tomorrow. You're probably going to think, where am I going to start? Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So we do have some of the programs or some of the products, natural supplements, which we feel can help somebody kickstart that journey, and it can make it easier. And along the way, some of the natural supplements can actually be incorporated into a lifestyle, which can help somebody continue their journey because them in themselves, they're good to support the body. That's what we want. We want to give the body the right nutrients. Because when we're talking of imbalances in the body, there's a lot of havoc which is happening there. Maybe there's a lack of nutrients, maybe there's a lack of something. And we need to say, let's give the body what it needs so that it can build and it can continue to thrive. So where do I start is the question. Where do I start? We'll be screaming. So you can start on a 4-day plan, which we can say it helps to rebalance the body. This is a 4-day plan, which is meant to drink more fluids. You're going to be having a plant-based protein, which is you're encouraged to use plant-based milk, and you're encouraged to drink aloe vera in the as part of the program. And you've got other supplements which are loaded with vitamins, B vitamins, some of the C vitamins. And in those 4 days, the first 2 days are a challenge because you don't have cooked food. You just be having the plant protein and the liquids and the aloe. And it is a way to say we want to help the body to cleanse. So some people can choose to start with this plan, a 4-day plan. Then the second 2 days come with an option, not an option, but a plan to say you're going to have your green salad. Make a very big bowl of green salad. So the next 2 days, you're going to have a green salad, which is all marinated with the lemon, natural ingredients. You can put the seeds, you can put your aloe vera in there, you can put your olive oil, and you can put all those lovely things we are talking about. And what we are saying in those 4 days, they're just rebalancing the body. So some people can choose to use this program when they're screaming, where do I start? I don't know where to start. You can choose to start from here. You can also choose to go on a 9-day plan, which also helps. Now, this is not a program to say lose weight or what. It helps you to change lifestyle habits. And along the way, if you follow the plan, it's going to help you to shed off some calories. But the challenge comes when the 9-day finish, what do you do? So it's going to teach you the principles we talked about. Remember when I said there is the new start or the nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, air, activity, sleep, and then trust in God. That's the science, the principles which you can get from this kit. Now it teaches you time to drink lots of water. It's going to encourage you to drink, to put nutrition into your body. And one of the main nutrition which is encouraged is the aloe vera. Aloe vera is known to help the body in the gut, in the skin, in the hair. You're talking of the inside out. And this has got no preservatives. This aloe vera is organically grown, and it is for helping to aid the body naturally to get the nutrients that it needs. And that's one of the main supplements which will be in the 9-day program. And then this soya-based protein, which is there as well, which comes, it's like a complete meal. So you will see that the principles which are in the 9-day as to drink water, you got to do activity, and you've got to eat nutritious meals. These are whole grains, these are fruits, vegetables, and you are to monitor the amounts of food you're going to be eating, because that's very important. The amounts of food, sometimes we eat too much, but it helps you to really think about the amounts of food you're having. And then the other one, it helps you not to eat late, because eating late, you're going to just really piling food, which is not going to be doing anything when you're asleep. So this is going to be reminding you of the times, good times to eat. And then when we are saying you're looking at the bigger picture, you've got a starting point, and then you can be helped, we can support to shape up your daily lifestyle so that you walk towards the ideal plan. The ideal plan which we're talking about, which we're encouraging today, is going towards a plant-based. You're cutting things which might not be helpful to you, but it's going to be a journey, you know, and in that journey, you will be needing to drop things as you go along. Some people can do it drastically and just stop there and then and just go full on. They're not going to be using any plant, you know, sorry, animal products. Now you can choose to go on a 15-day plan. That's just the same way as a 9-day one. It's just an increase that it's now 15 days. So these are some of the things we can say you can consider to use as your start your journey. But if you feel you can manage on another way, where you just wake up tomorrow, you're going to start full plant-based and then go on your journey, you know, there's that support as well. So either way, we are saying you can be able to start somewhere. So I've already talked about the drinking gels, aloe vera, naturally grown with different flavors, the peach, the berry nectar. Now the berry nectar, I like to talk about it. Have you heard in some of the effects of menopause, there are challenges which comes with the urinary health, and then sometimes you've got UTIs, and sometimes you're getting constant recurring UTIs. Now cranberry is quite good for the urinary health. So together, combined with the aloe vera, the cranberry is actually best to have if you want to really look at targeting your women's health. So these kits which I talked about, you can choose that it has the cranberry aloe vera, this 9-day, the 15-day program. But the 4-day program doesn't have the choice of the cranberry, it just comes with the original drinking flavor. So you can choose to have the cranberry, which is very good for the urinary health. And you're going to be, actually it's nicknamed as the women's gyno, this drink, because a lot of women have found benefits in drinking this cranberry aloe based. And you're talking of 90% of aloe vera, and then the other percentage is cranberry, and then apple. Apple just makes it more tastier, but obviously it also has other antioxidants which also help in the process of you cleansing and making sure the body is getting that rebalance. This is just to say our aloe vera is grown organically, hand filleted, and if they use the inner leaf gel, that's the one which they use. Now, aloe vera is known for the toxicity in the leaves, the green leaves. Now, it's important to know the aloe vera you buy in the market, that it is hand filleted, because some companies are cutting corners and then mash up everything. And then when people start drinking aloe vera, they've got side effects, they've got their, you know, parts of the maybe body organs not working well, because some companies are cutting corners, they just mash up everything. So you've got to be careful that it is hand filleted and separated so that the green skins are not in the drinking gel, because you want only the inner leaf gel. So that's quite important if you're going to just be considering to drink aloe vera, because you can do that. Drink aloe vera as part of your daily regime, as just to add on to whatever you are doing. It's nothing bad to add aloe vera, which is quite good. You also got other natural ingredients like bee pollen. Bee pollen is known to have nutrition, which is already easy to absorb. The body can absorb it. It's rich in amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. So it's a ready-made food for the body. The body can naturally recognize that. We've got also vitamin C, which is called absorbent C, which you can take alongside any other lifestyles you are doing or other components you're doing. You can add it on, because vitamin C is needed in the body daily. Now we are talking of if you're not getting your vitamin C from natural sources, if you're struggling, or sometimes I personally use it as well when I'm feeling that I'm going to be attacked. So it helps the body to have more large amount of vitamin C. So I can use it alongside my lemons, my grapefruit, my oranges. Then I add this because it helps the body, because the vitamin C is really important when you're under the weather. And you've got the royal jelly. This is more food for the queen bee. It's actually only eaten by the queen bee. All other bees are not allowed to eat this food. It's a special food because it helps the queen bee to last long. There's longevity. Now, this is very important food, naturally found, extremely nutritious. That's why the queen mother is only allowed. I was laughing when I was saying only mom is allowed, nobody else. So because it has elements like the B5 and the B6, some of the B vitamins which can be difficult to get in our nutrients, you can actually benefit from the royal jelly. You can see that it says the queen mother lives 50 times longer than the regular worker bees. So that's the special food for the royal jelly, which the queen mother eats. And then I've already talked about that one. Now, vitamin D is also important to have. you can also consider having vitamin D. Now, this type which we have, they've taken the vitamin D because we know mushrooms, there are certain mushrooms which have got vitamin D. Vitamin D is only found in the sunshine and also some other sources which probably I won't remember on top of my head. But this mitake and shiitake mushrooms are known to have vitamin D. So this blend have got vitamin D sourced from these mushrooms, and they've combined it with vitamin C and zinc so that it combines well and it absorbs well in the body. So it's encouraged that you take vitamin D, which is quite good. Vitamin D is known to have a hormone which helps to aid in the estrogen balance. So vitamin D is really important. Now, some of the natural things you can consider to have, we've got this lovely tea, which is called aloe blossom tea. Now, it's a combination of 10, more than 10 to be honest. There's ginger, aloe blossoms. No, aloe blossoms are the blossoms for the aloe vera. And there's cloves, there's allspice, there's orange peel, there's cinnamon, there's chamomile, there's fennel, there is cardamom. All these are naturally, and it's a caffeine-free tea, and it helps to relax, make the body detox naturally, and you can know that you're having a refreshing and it's soothing product. That's one of the products. So these are another products which you can consider. It's called Nature Min. It's a multi-mineral supplement. Now, these ingredients are taken from the seabed. These are all naturally sourced. So you can consider to supplement your body with these natural minerals if your body, you know that you're not getting enough from food sources. So these minerals have a balance of zinc, copper, selenium, iron, and it's got calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and zinc, and iodine. And we know that iodine contributes to the normal cognitive function and the normal production of thyroid hormones. So this one can be considered, you can consider to have this multi-mineral blend taken from natural sources, as I said, from the sea bed. Right. Just to conclude, we also got a supplement which is meant for women, which is called the Vitalize. This one has got natural ingredients like the passion flower, it's got the cranberry powder, it's got apple powder, it's got the schisandra berry. These are known to help in the hormones or balancing of hormones for women. So in a nutshell, this is another supplement targeted for women, and it also has an amount of B vitamins which are added there, B12, B6, and vitamin D. So somebody who just wants one bottle which has got all the supplement for women or supplements which will target the women's health, you can consider this Vitalize. And there's another multi-marker. Oh, there are loads. Oh dear, I won't finish. But this is just another one with natural ingredients. There's the maca, and then there's the Tibulus terrestris, and Muria tuama. These are native to the Peru. In Peru, that's where these natural supplements are found. And maca is actually known as they say it's a sex herb. Oh dear. So actually they use it for stimulating those who probably are struggling with sexual health. They can consider having this one. But in a nutshell, in terms of personal care, because when we talk of hormones, sometimes we want to also make sure we got the personal care looked after, because some of the odors, the body odors can come out, and it can, and the sweatiness, because of sometimes there's heat flashes, and sometimes you get sweaty, and then you just need to keep yourself really cleansed. So there are these products which one can consider, which have got a large amount of other natural ingredients. This one, aloe vera is in there. It's got hydrolyzed jojoba, esters, cucumber extract, argan oil, anisha flower extract. These are some of the things one can consider. Anika plant, which I said which is in the soap here, it's known for stimulating circulation. It speeds up healing of skin, so it can help skin issues. So they've combined the Anika and the aloe vera, because aloe is good for the skin. So one can consider to have, the soap, which can also aid in their as they manage to look after them. So there's the soap, of course, the aloe avocado and aloe soap, because it's combined aloe and avocado, which is also made from the avocado butter and the inner leaf gel, which one can consider to use just to keep their health well. There's this clear gel, which one can consider to use on the skin, which can just help to relieve, just to make the skin quite good, because sometimes with the effects of hormonal imbalance, the skin can become a bit flaky, very difficult to manage. And then you can consider to use the clear gel of aloe on your skin, combined with this one, which is also a thick cream, which has got propolis inside in combination with aloe. So in a nutshell, I would just say these are some of the things you can consider, but this is just a starting point, as I said, and you can consider to start this journey if you like. Now, the bigger picture is we want to try to implement a lifestyle of drinking water, looking after our bodies from inside and then outside. Now, I'm going to ask Sister Dorcas to really break down to us in terms of the lifestyle and the practicalities she does on a daily routine, because that's quite key. Because anybody who might consider to want to cleanse, they might start thinking of how they're going to manage. If they don't want to use some of the starting points which we talked about today, they can consider a way which they can begin to implement some of these practicalities which can help them, and obviously consider the journey to continue from then on. Sister Dorcas, if you don't mind.
Thank you. First of all, I'll read 2 Timothy 1, verse 7,
Okay.
which says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." So without God, I can't do anything. So what I do every day, first thing, I do my devotion, then I surrender all my plans to God, because on my own, there are so many mistakes which I can do. So the first thing after my treatment, I'll have my shower. After shower, I will do hot and cold water, which is 3 minutes hot, 30 seconds cold. I'll be jumping in my shower. You know, England shower is very cold.
Yes.
So I'll be jumping on my own there. I know my children will be laughing at me, but I'll be there doing my things. So then after, I'll drink water before shower and drink water after shower. So what I do, I put my water in a 2-liter container every morning. I distill my water. I don't drink tap water. I don't drink the water which I buy from the stores. I distill my own water.
Wow.
Then I measure 2 liters. So if I finish that one, whether it's cold or not cold, I have to drink 2 liters and more every day.
Wow.
So when I'm back home, I really drink 3 liters every day because it's hot. So then after my shower, I'll prepare my breakfast, which is not earlier than 9, because when I wake up, I'll do the exercises which I can. Like I've got a health problem with my back. So, and the fresh air, I try to get as much as I can, though we don't have much here, but I will just get what I can. Then I'll prepare my food, which I make sure is plant-based, much vegetables, legumes if I have them, but I always make sure I do. So grain, I sometimes do, but I try by all means to avoid them because they are high in protein, they are high in carbohydrates. So I do legumes, which are high in protein and low in carbs.
Okay.
So, and nuts as well for fat. So every meal, I make sure I have an avocado for fat. So I try to get my fat from the avocado, not from the store, which is made by someone.
Okay.
So I've tried to practice to cook my meals without oil. So I cook my food without oil, then I get fat from the avocados and the nuts. And I make sure I have beta carotene foods, which I get vitamin C and vitamin E at the same time. Like when I drink sometimes in the morning lemon water, warm lemon water with a bit of cayenne pepper, and sometimes I put ginger and what is this called? The yellow one. What do you call this one? I forgot now.
Turmeric.
Yes, So I make sure I do that every day. I make sure I have it. So my plate will be colorful, like green vegetables, legumes, carrots, and yellowish vegetables. Then I make sure I have cayenne pepper in every meal. I take 2 meals a day. So if I eat at 9, then I'll eat my last meal at 3 or 4 when I'm hungry. When I'm not hungry, I will eat a very light meal at 5. That's it. Then I won't eat anything until the following morning. So I try by all means to be basic, and I'm building a zero cost lifestyle, which
Wow.
I know I will manage when I go back home, the zero cost lifestyle. And I make sure God guides me to consider my options. And true obedience is really helping me, because 8 laws of health are true remedies. So for my toothpaste, I use coconut oil and activated charcoal. That's my toothpaste. So the coconut oil as well is my deodorant.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I'm still learning, and I still want to learn more. I'm just living a very basic life. That's what I do. And I walk a lot if I can.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is so helpful. This is so helpful.
That's okay.
And I think the idea that God is in the center of it is really helpful. It's really encouraging, because we can do all other efforts, but God needs to be in the center. God needs to be in the center of it. Thank you so
Can
much.
sorry, sis, can I just
Yes.
ask a question?
Yes.
Sis, you didn't mention when you take your supplements. You mentioned that you have water before your shower and after your shower. So when do you have your supplements?
I don't take supplements. I've never done that. I only take food. And if I drink, if I really want a drink, I have to choose vegetables or fruits.
Okay, I hear you. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
That's okay.
Beautiful. Any questions? Sister Lizzie, welcome. We didn't welcome you. Sorry, when you joined us, we had already introduced and welcomed everyone. You're really welcome. We're so glad to have you. Yes, if there are any questions, we can be free to ask. Actually, I'll stop recording so that